Hi everyone, and welcome back to K-popinions.
This is Belle.
And I'm Millie. Thank you so much to all of the people who listened to our first episode, and we're really glad that you're back today. Today we're going to be discussing the releases from the first half of June, and just like last time, you can find playlists on Spotify and YouTube with all of the songs that we're going to be discussing today so you can follow along. You can find us on Instagram at K-popinions podcast and at K-popinions pod over on Twitter, so you get all of the latest info on what's going on with us. Today we're going to be talking about aespa, Wonho, Omega X, Stray Kids, and more. And since we had so much fun with it last time, we're going to end the podcast with the same segment as last time, where we have only 3 words to describe and review a song. So stick around for that.
Yes.
All right, hi. How are you today? And how has this month in K-pop been for you so far?
I am very hot. I had to turn off the fan for recording, so I'm basically dying from heat. But apart from that, I'm really good. And I was pleasantly surprised by the June releases so far. Or I guess I should say, well, that's actually an understatement because I was mind blown.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was more than pleasantly surprised.
Yeah. I was because you were a bit ahead of me and you started adding songs to the playlist. And as I was listening to the songs you had already added, I was like, everything is so good. And at first I doubted myself because you know how you have some more generous days and more critical days. And I was like, maybe this is just a very generous day of mine, or I simply enjoy every series of notes someone recorded. But then I went back to the playlist again and again over the next few days. And no, it really is just a bunch of really awesome songs. And I'm really happy.
Yeah, honestly, even I thought that maybe it was a very, very good day for you and then it would change. So I'm really happy it didn't. I'm always happy if you are enjoying the music. So good for you. I
Thank you.
sadly, I mean, it's probably overall so far a better month for me than May, but
Yeah,
I'm not
which isn't
quite
hard.
as happy. Yeah, I mean,
You did not
yeah.
enjoy that.
It wasn't the best. So I'm really hoping that it becomes even better in the second half of the month and then in July and August.
I just know that we're gonna
That
fight
your feelings
about,
are gonna get hurt.
yes, about one specific song. I just know.
I have the opposite feeling. There's one song in particular I thought that you wouldn't like, and I think you do.
Maybe I didn't.
Maybe you added it. I mean, not added it, but you consented to it being on on the podcast because you actually want to talk about how bad it is.
Maybe.
I have hope. It's fine. It's okay. I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna cry.
This is a safe space. You can cry.
Right. You're just saying that so you can hurt me even more.
Okay, let's begin and let's talk about the mini album Joy by Wua. Wua?
Woo-ah.
Wua.
Woo-ha.
Yeehaw.
It's a fun name, but it's weird to pronounce. Woo-ah.
Yeah, I've never said it out loud before.
I know.
Like, Wua.
Woo-ah.
Anyway, that's what we're talking about. That's the artist we're talking about.
This is one of the songs that I have a feeling you might like more than I do.
Are we talking about the title
Cause
song, Danger?
yeah,
Okay.
Danger. I realize it might be weird, but to me the texture of the verses sound really dry and empty, but in a kind of a good way. I mean, I don't know how to say this. I don't like it, but I don't think it's a bad thing. It's just overall not really a style that I enjoy. I like the way the song plays with textures because the beginning is really dry and empty, but then the chorus is really full.
I'm not sure what you mean by dry.
Yeah, me neither. I It's just how I feel.
Well, if it makes you feel better,
That you don't like it?
no.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I actually don't. Well, I mostly wanted to talk about Joy because I like the rest of the album, but I don't like Danger.
Oh,
It's my least
yeah.
favorite of the album. I liked every other song of the album, just not Danger.
Really?
You should know why you don't like it. It has the sound. It's my kryptonite. It's what I call
Mm.
the cheap Lily 2000s changing room sound.
In there?
It has it, yeah. It has it. It's that sound that only cheap clothing stores were playing in badly changing rooms in the 2000s, and I hate it.
I guess maybe you're more sensitive to it because you don't like it, because I don't really hear that.
Yeah, it probably gives me PTSD from like looking into a badly lit mirror and thinking you're ugly.
Yeah. So basically, we don't like it
Yeah,
for different reasons, and
yeah.
also we don't quite understand what the other person means. So that's
Yes,
great.
that's interesting. But I
Yeah.
did like the album or the mini album. It was a nice surprise for me because so far I wasn't really feeling their music.
Yeah.
Admittedly, they have not had many songs out yet. I mean, they debuted in 2020 and only
Hmm.
had a handful of songs out. But I mean, they weren't bad, but I wasn't really
Yeah.
feeling them.
Honestly, me neither. I really liked I Don't Miss You, I think last year, but that's about it, I think.
But this mini album has such a fun, uplifting vibe.
That I can agree with.
Okay. It's strange to me that they chose Danger as a title song because it's the worst of the album. I guess it's unfair to say it's a bad song because it's not objectively. It's just not to my taste because I hate that specific sound that's in it. But it is, I feel like, the most generic of the album. And
Yeah.
to me, it's strange to choose that one. But I guess it's a choice, like the safest bet to use the most generic song as a title song. But personally, I would prefer to make the most unique song title song and stand out. Like it's the same issue I had with Classy last time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. That
Yeah,
makes sense.
but I think my favorite song of the album, apart from Catch the Stars, which already came out in January, I think, so we're not gonna
Yeah.
discuss it in detail. My favorite song apart from that is Straight Up. But I have to say, I love it, but the beginning of the song sounds like an incoming Skype call.
Oh, yes.
Right?
Yeah, yeah. Yes, you're right. I didn't even think about
I mean
that.
that in the best way, but it does sound like a Skype call. But yeah, I think what I enjoy about the song is that it's set up in a pretty classic way. Like it's just a good old classic girl group song instead of a crazy mashup mess. And the chorus is just a good old classic beautiful melody. And I don't know, it's like you said in the last episode, the current trends in K-pop make me appreciate the simple things. And it's
Mm-hmm.
just a good simple song with a beautiful chorus and I like it a lot.
I don't actively dislike it, but I'm kind of But I'm kind of about the whole album, to be honest. I mean, the only song I love, I really, really love, and it's also Catch the Stars. So, but it's a masterpiece.
Yeah.
So it makes sense. But yeah, for the rest of the album, it is very joyous, which is appropriate for their title.
The reason I like it as much as I do, which it's not like I'm crazy about it, but I like it a lot. The reason I like it as much might be because there's not much else around of a similar genre at the moment.
Yeah, that's true.
So if there had been a lot of girl group comebacks this month, I'm sure there would have been better ones that I would have
Mm.
enjoyed more. But since there were slim pickings, I really like this one.
Yeah, it's an oasis in the middle of the
Yeah.
desert that is girl group songs at the moment. Yeah, I get that.
um I see what's coming up next.
Oh yeah, let's just rip the band-aid.
Yes.
We're gonna discuss Yet to Come by BTS.
I have very weirdly specific things to say.
Okay, that's very interesting to me. Go ahead.
Okay, well, I'll start a little more generally, I guess, but then
Hmm.
it'll get very specific. Um,
Okay.
sadly, there's nothing appealing about this song to me. it's neither here nor there. It doesn't really know what it wants to be.
Yeah,
Right?
I totally feel that. Yeah.
I do like the rap parts the most,
Mm,
especially Arm's rap part, because these parts have character, but
hmm.
the rest of the song is just elevator music.
Well, it's elevator music with a really weird choice of beat on top.
Yeah.
It's it's a
And
choice.
sometimes almost like a dissonant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which dissonance in music obviously can be really great and really interesting, but in this one, I think you put it perfectly when you said that it doesn't know what it wants to be because it's
Yeah.
kind of going in two different directions and it's not giving a cool result. It's just, eh?
Yes, and it's not to say that a song can't go in two different
No.
directions and work. It can
But it
work.
doesn't here.
It didn't in this case.
Yeah.
um, yeah, and then for the more specific reasons, I don't like it. I from the first time I listened to it, there was something I found quite jarring, but I couldn't put my finger on it. Like I didn't know what it was. And then I listened to it again in preparation for this episode, and I figured it out.
I'm that's too much suspense. I need to know.
It's the phrase "I'm not playing now for sure" in this slow, in this slow ballad-ish part. Like, what is that? That is jarring. And it's in the beginning of the song, and it haunts me throughout the rest of the song. And it's so
Yeah, and
weird,
also just the
right?
lyrics in general.
I know. We'll
It,
get to that.
okay, okay.
But that part is like, why? Isn't it very unusual to use slang in like such a slow ballad-ish part? Like it doesn't even matter which language. Like when I think about my language, German, I would never use slang and then
Mm.
like sing a beautiful melody, you know? Like that's for upbeat parts.
Honestly, I never. Well, I don't always listen to the lyrics a lot when I listen to music. When I noticed that particular line was when I was looking up the lyrics because they make no sense, and then I saw that I was just like, "What is that doing here?"
I know. and and then it just haunted me. And then I feel like the use of language in general in this song was a little weird for me because the
Yeah.
beginning is a lot of English and like what for? Because then the rest of the song is mostly Korean. Like obviously English and Korean have been mixed in K-pop for decades, right? That is one of the core things of K-pop.
Mm.
But I just found the unbalanced use in this song, like that the beginning was so English with the weird slang and the rest of it was mostly Korean. Like, why is the beginning all in English? Almost like they were
Yeah.
trying to make people think it's an English song. And then they're like, ah, gotcha, it's actually Korean. I
Yeah.
guess the unbalanced use of language disturbed my Libra self.
I love that.
And then the lyrics in general, I'm never really a fan when artists sing about their own career. I always
Oh,
find it a
really?
bit cringe, no matter who it is. Like, yeah. Or also when they write a thank you song for the fans, like, please
Oh
don't.
yeah, yeah. Like the for the fan songs are always bad.
You can thank me by not doing that.
Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, it's always bad. It's always cheesy and the least inspired music
Yeah.
possible with the least inspired lyrics possible. There's only one exception I know, and it's Vix. So I might be biased.
That sounds a bit biased.
Yeah, but it's fine.
It's the same for me with singing about your career. I guess there can be exceptions where it works for me,
Mm.
but that whole "oh, we've come so far" thing that really does it for me. It's it's also just like not very creative, you know?
Yeah, like honestly, I'm not convinced. I feel like probably it's a good thing that they're going on hiatus because they're not really I mean, all of the songs they've released in the past few years, honestly,
Mm,
have been kind of generic. I mean, I know this is a very polarizing opinion. I know that definitely not everyone agrees. But I've been pretty open in general with the fact that I am not really too big on BTS at the moment. Like I used to really, really like them for years after they debuted, but I think ever since they've started to get more popular,
Yeah.
I guess it's a smart move, but it's a boring move to go for more generic songs that more people will like less polarizing music, basically.
Yeah.
And like, it's a smart move, but it's not really interesting. And if you do that once in a while, it's fine. Like if you have to release a less interesting song to kind of grow your fan base and everything, because that it's a business. The music
Yeah.
industry is a business. That's what you do. It's just that, yeah, I'd say almost all of their songs in the past few years, I've been like this. So I like the guys. I like some of the things that they stand for and everything. And I mostly like the earlier part of their discography. And I want to keep following them and liking them, but it's just constantly disappointing.
Basically, everything until 2019 was good. And then starting from 2019, it was a bit.
Honestly, I can't remember when DNA was released, but for me, that's the first song where I'm like, huh.
Oh, that was early.
I know that's earlier than some people would say. Like, I know that,
That was
yeah.
2017, right?
I know that most people would also start around 2019, but yeah, not a fan.
I have great hopes actually for their solo projects.
Yeah, same, same.
I feel like it'll bring out the best of all of them again.
Yeah.
Because we talked about this before when Suga's collaboration with Psy came out, that we were really happy to see
Hmm.
like that side of him again. Because for the last few English songs, they weren't really written with him in
Mm.
mind. And I feel like it's like that with several members. So they will all be able to shine
Yeah.
again and then find even more like who they are as an artist. And then when they come back together, it might be even better, you know?
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for. Because I think they've talked about the fact that they're really tired and burnt out after I mean after the career they've had so far, that makes sense. So even only on a human level, it's probably a good thing that they're having this break. And on a creative level, it's probably gonna help too.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah, hopefully they come back as a group and can do something more creative and different and a little more risky. I mean, I hope they can take more risks in their solo projects, but then I hope
Mm.
that if that's the case, they can also keep doing that as a group. Because that's what they used to do.
I'm really looking forward to another Augusty release.
Yeah, same. Honestly, I'm actually pretty happy about the hiatus. That's
Yeah,
good news for me.
I think at this point it was really needed.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Next, we're going to talk about Dream Like Me by Crowdloo and the Black Skirts.
Okay, full disclosure, that's the one that when I saw, because I added it, and when I saw that you wanted to discuss it, that's the one I'm very hopeful about. That
I love
oh my God,
it.
I'm so happy. Because when I added it, I was just like, I'm just gonna leave this here. She might not like it,
It's
but
so
I'm in love with
good.
it. I'm so happy you like it.
It's so beautiful. I'm
I
in
know,
love.
right?
The first time I listened to it, I was immediately like floating away.
Yes. Yeah, it was the same for me. It's just so beautiful and
Yes.
emotional
Yeah,
and
but it's not sad.
exactly.
Yeah, it's like
Yes.
melancholia, but not sadness. It's not
Yes.
heavy or sad. Even though the lyrics are sad, it doesn't like make you sad or doesn't drag you down. It's
Yeah.
calming.
Yeah, very soothing and relaxing, but
Yeah,
and emotional. Like you can be in your feels, but it's not necessarily sad.
it's so calming. You can almost physically feel how your heartbeat is slowing down and like you're breathing in
Yeah.
deeper. It feels like a cool summer storm after a really hot day.
Or I don't know, for me the storm would be too
Not
intense for it,
storm,
but
but like the moment before the storm, Like,
Oh,
it's already
yes.
cooling down and there's a slight wind and the clouds
Yes,
are
I see
coming.
that. Yeah.
Okay.
I totally get that, especially because the last part, it feels like it's getting faster, but I think it's just that the percussions are getting louder, and it feels like you're
Mm.
kind of starting to run, like you were like walking around in a forest, and it was really soothing and nice. And then at the end, it kind of picks up the pace and feels like you're just running in a field or on a beach or something. It's just it feels like you're flying at the end almost.
Yes. And I feel like if you're someone who's into the music Harry Styles is currently doing, you might like this one as well.
Ooh, interesting. I don't know anything about his music.
It has this, like, well, as we said, calm and a little folk, a little
Hmm.
retro, a little indie. Yeah. I feel like Harry Styles would be into
Maybe I
that.
need to check out his new album then.
Eh.
Oh, okay. Wait, was that a good thing or a bad
Wait, there's
thing
a
then?
contradiction here. No, but I mean this is a K-pop review, but just to briefly talk about Harry Styles, personally, his latest album is my least favorite.
Oh.
I like the other two better, but I know a lot of people love it, so maybe check it out. And yeah,
We've offended BTS fans and Harry Styles fans.
we're gonna die. I mean, I can bash Harry Styles. I used to be the biggest One Direction
Mm.
fan, so it comes from a place of love. So I listened to the whole album and I was like, eh. But there was one song I really liked. And then I saw clips because he's on tour right now. I saw concert clips, and when he played that one song I like, a bunch of people were walking out, and the caption said, "Oh, everyone uses this song as a bathroom break." And I was like, "What is wrong with you? That is the best song."
So what you're saying is that your tastes when it comes to Harry Styles songs are kind of the opposite of everyone else.
Yeah.
So when you're saying that you didn't like his latest album,
Then I'm saying it's a huge success.
yeah,
Yeah.
cool,
Yeah.
perfect. We
Yes.
turned it around.
Just saying the song I like and no one else likes is called Boyfriends. Oh, and Little
I'll
Freak
check it out.
is pretty good too.
We'll see if I dislike it because you like it, and then maybe I really like the rest of the
Maybe.
album.
I realized I now manage to talk about One Direction in each episode.
You did last time?
Yeah, I said that Modern Life by Usong sounds like a One Direction song.
That's true.
I have a lot of unresolved issues with One Direction,
Yeah, it seems like it.
so it comes to the surface every once in a while. But yeah, anyway, Dream Like Me is gorgeous.
Yes.
I'm really excited to talk about Magic by Ha Hyun Sang.
Yeah, my first question, which now I have the answer to it, is like, do you love it?
Okay, I would like to start with a meme. I
Okay.
need to quote a meme. And that is, if Ha Hyun Sang has a million fans, I am one of them. If he has five
Hmm.
fans, I am one of them. If he has one fan, I am that
Yeah,
fan. If he has no fans, I am dead. So, yes, I mean, you already knew that.
I
Yeah,
suspected.
I love his music. I even bought his last release, like the actual physical album,
Ooh.
which you'd think is not such a big deal because I have a huge album collection. But he's actually the
Hmm.
first non-idol Korean artist whose album I bought. So yeah, that's a
Oh.
first for me.
I mean, I was pretty confident that you would like it
Yeah.
or love it because it's very true to him,
Yes.
and to me even better than last
No.
year's songs. So, okay. I like it better.
Okay, I don't. My opinion is that he can do no wrong, basically.
Mm.
Magic is a good song. It's a very good song. It's beautiful and his voice is always outstanding. But I'm not too blinded by my love for him to admit that this isn't the very best of his songs ever. It's a good quality continuation of his discography, He never fails to deliver, but I liked his 2020 and 2021 songs even better. And I would like to take this opportunity to tell everyone to go listen to his discography. It's so good. And it's not very big because he only debuted in, well, his solo debut was in 2018, so it's doable. Checking the whole thing out is totally doable.
Mm.
And it's worth it, especially the songs from the last 2 years. God tier.
Yeah, I have to admit it's really not my style, but I really enjoy him.
I didn't expect you to enjoy it. I thought you would say it's boring.
Well, no, because it's not. I mean,
Well, yeah, I know.
I admittedly I don't I don't like ballads and slow songs that much usually. I don't like boring ballads and boring slow songs, which sadly I think it's often the case because
Mm,
it seems like ballads are often an afterthought. But in this case, it's not at all the case. It's really great. I love it. It's so
it's not
beautiful.
really a ballad, though.
No, it's not a
Yeah.
ballad, but it's in the wider category of slower, smooth, nice songs, you know. Well, you know what? I just changed my mind. I don't think it's like my favorite song
Okay, good.
by him. It's just I don't listen to him that often because it's not really my favorite style. But I think I should probably go back and listen to
Calibrate.
in Lighthouse.
Yes, which is on Calibrate. That's the album.
Oh, the
Yeah,
album, yes.
the whole album is so good.
Yeah, that was a really good one. And Late Night Movie, I think I really liked.
Yes, I
Yeah,
love it. And Burning Sunset.
right.
Oh,
Yes. Yeah. He's an oddity for me because it's really not my style, but I really enjoy his music. So,
yeah. Um, I think that's it,
yeah,
right?
I think we should move on to one huge surprise for me, at least, and talk about Illusion by aespa.
Yes.
I know you like aespa.
Yes.
So I guess it's if you like it, do you?
I love it. Yeah.
Okay. Then that's not surprising, but for me it's a little more surprising because I don't dislike them. In fact, I really want to like them, but I'm not always totally convinced by what they're doing. And this one is just great. I really, really like it.
I wasn't as surprised by my love for it as you were by yours. Because, like you said, I like Espa,
Yeah.
but I was surprised how Espa's past releases are super fun. But I can admit that it's the kind of fun where you have to be really deep into K pop to enjoy it. I feel like it's not for beginners, you know?
Mm,
And this one is actually,
more accessible.
yeah,
Yeah.
I was surprised. I listened to it and I was like, is this their best song yet?
Okay, no.
Because it might
No.
be.
It's for me it's a close second, but but Savage is still number one.
Okay.
Because I'm not a huge fan of the rest of their songs, but Savage is so far like above the rest of their discography. I love Savage so much.
Yeah, it's great.
Illusion is a well, maybe not a close second because Savage is so great. But it's definitely my second favorite by them. It's funny that you mentioned that it's more accessible to non-fans because I added the song to the playlist without listening to it, and then I just played the playlist on shuffle, and I wasn't looking at my phone or anything, so I didn't know who was singing each song. And so when this started playing, at first I was like, "Who is that? I can't." It could be any. Oh wait, no, 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 it's aespa. It's obviously aespa. In the first 30 seconds, probably, I was like, "Yeah, of course it's aespa," because they do really have a recognizable sound by now.
Yes, yes. And obviously, I mean, they're just fun to follow, you know? Like, it's always fun to check out their new releases because you never know what they're going to do in a way.
Yeah,
Like, yes, their concept is at times questionable, but at least it's interesting
yeah.
and unique, and they always surprise you. So,
But
yeah.
it's kind of weird because they have a very unique style that's very recognizable, even though they always do something a little different.
Yeah, yeah, true.
So that's a really, really difficult balance to
Yeah.
keep. To do something new every time, but also still sound like yourself. Like I'm definitely liking them more as a group because of this song. Because to me, it feels like they were like throwing spaghetti at the wall to see what stuck, basically, and doing something different every time, and especially doing something really, again, I think that's like the third time I've used that word, but really polarizing,
Mm.
and that many people really like and some people really dislike. At least for me, Black Mamba was that way.
No, that was so
I
good.
really don't like it. And then next level, I can see why people like it more than Black Mamba, but it's not for me. And then Savage was just amazing, like mind-blowingly good. Um, and so I think Illusion is making me realize that it's not as hectic and nonsensical as I thought it was. I do think they're kind of trying different things to see what works, but
Mm.
I guess I see it in a more positive way than I did before. I've gained more respect and appreciation for aespa.
I do have to say the yummy, yummy, yummy in my tummy, tummy, tummy part is
Yeah.
quite cringe.
Yes, but I kind of love it.
But yeah, I guess at this point we're already used to there always being a cringe part in pretty much every
Yeah.
Espa song. So like we can live with that.
Yeah, but every time I listen to the song and this part comes in, I'm like, ugh, and also, yes, at the same time, like, I don't know, I kind of love it. Because I feel like it's so far into cringe territory that it's good again. Like, it's so bad, it's good.
It came out at the other side and it's now
Yeah, yeah, exactly. It's so bad, it's good. So cringe, it's fun. They're usually walking the line
yeah.
between really, really fun and weird and just cringe.
Mm,
And somehow it kind of works.
yeah.
And the song as a whole is pretty straightforward. It doesn't really go everywhere the way some of their other songs do.
Yeah.
And I like that.
Yeah,
That's fine. It's probably why I like it better.
I expected more of the same old mashup songs, but it wasn't.
Yeah. Yeah. And the ad libs are really great.
Yes, it's like typical SM vocals.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next, we're going to talk about Before Summer Comes by Air Transerver.
Yes.
Um,
I love this one. This is one of the ones yeah, is that
yeah,
the one that's gonna disappoint me?
it's the sigh of exhaustion.
Yeah.
Yeah, it used an expression in the first episode that I liked that I have now decided to add to my vocabulary, and that's it's a nothing song to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I don't hate it, but I find it quite annoying.
Really?
Yeah, it's hard to say what I like less. Is it the vocals or the instrumental part? It's a bit like someone's
Mm.
hitting me with a hammer when I already have a headache. Maybe I do hate it.
Yeah. Feels like maybe you dislike it more actively than you thought
Yes,
before.
maybe.
Yeah.
I have to rethink that.
Well, I'm sorry. Because I really, really like it. I think I really like it because to me it's a very good blend of that kind of that really quirky light sound at the beginning and the verse sound kind of analog to me, and then you transition slowly into the chorus, which is way more electronic and intense and modern. And I
Mm,
really like that. I really like both the fact that it like there are two distinct parts like this, but also the way that it transitions between the two back and forth.
mm. Okay.
You know, I feel like it's a really well crafted song. And on top of that, it's just a lot of fun and really catchy. And yeah, it's kind of the perfect sound for what it says in the title. It's not quite a summer song and not exactly a spring song. Like,
It's a headache song.
no, it's not spring, not yet. summer, you know?
Are you trying to quote Britney Spears?
Not a girl, not yet a woman. Not spring, not yet summer. Yes, that's what
Okay,
I'm going with.
sure.
Yeah, it's just well crafted, fun, modern, exciting, but also kind of soothing.
What? What is soothing about that?
The I don't know, I feel soothed.
Okay.
Well, I wish that you liked it better, like for your own sake, but it's okay. The good thing is I'm pretty sure that you really like the next song, so let's.
Yes, but I can't tell if you think that's good because you're excited to bash it for me.
Oh, no,
or
no, no, no. I love it too. I
okay.
think, you know what, let's transition right to Crazy by Wonho. Actually, the whole album, I
Yes.
think.
Yes.
Yeah, no, we both like it, right?
Facade. Yes. Oh, it's so good. We should preface this by saying we're both huge simps for One Hole. I
Yes.
mean, who isn't?
Yeah,
One Hole best boy, you know?
yeah, yeah. Outside of the fact that he is great and amazing and fun and adorable, but also hot, and he's just perfect. But on
Yeah.
top of that, I don't think he knows what a bad song is.
Yeah. He's never released a bad song. It's not possible for him.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not discussing B-sides because I don't always listen to.
Even B-sides.
Yeah, but I think they're overall at least okay, but
Yeah.
specifically talking about title songs, not a single bad one
No.
ever. And the thing is, to be completely honest, I'm pretty sure this is actually my least favorite title song of his. But even though it's my least favorite, it's still so good.
Yeah. And it's unexpected. Like,
Yeah.
it sounds so much like him. It's so much his style. But at the same
Mm-hmm.
time, it's different. It has new elements compared to his previous releases.
The guitars.
Yeah, the guitars and that like distorted voice effect.
Yeah. It's really just like he took one of his amazing songs and then just added more roughness to it.
Yeah,
Because his songs are usually really sleek.
smooth.
Yes, smooth and sleek.
Yeah,
And this is way rougher and it's so great. Like it's really great to hear that from him and it really works.
yeah. Also, I have a wild claim again. Like the guitar that starts around the 25-second mark to me almost sounds like an electric guitar imitating a kayagim.
Oh,
I even went on YouTube and listened to some kayagim clips to see if I'm crazy, but I still hear it. I don't know if I'm just reading that into it or
no. Yeah.
right.
Girl, what your galaxy brain moment. But yeah, I totally agree. That's really cool. Wow. I'm kind of mind blown. Yeah, I think basically Wonho is a miracle.
Yes. Do you also like clothes?
Not nearly as much.
Okay, if I explain to you why I love it as much, you might understand, I think.
You know what?
And you might
Yes,
even agree.
honestly, please do that because I mean,
Okay.
I don't dislike it again, but yes, I would like to know what makes it so good to you and to change my mind.
To me, it was an instant fave because it sounds so much like Monster X's English releases. And you know, I love Monster X's English songs.
Mm.
And it's the same style. It could be from them. And I guess, of course, it makes sense because the first English album they released, he was still part of the group. So his voice was very much all
Mm.
over those songs. So it just makes me very emotional because it sounds exactly like an English Monster X song
Yeah.
in the best way. And I really love his English. It's like extra soft.
He has a really, really soft voice.
Yeah, and when he sings in English, he makes the language even softer. I mean, English is already a
Mm.
soft language, but his voice makes it so.
Silky.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. I guess
Did I convince you?
I mean, I still need to listen to it, but
Okay.
definitely, I mean, I am listening to it now, while we're talking, and I totally see what you mean. And since I love their English songs too, that's definitely a bunch of points in this song's favor.
I'm so glad. Oh, also, have you listened to the intro track of this album?
Yes,
It's so fun.
I don't remember it.
Oh. Because I mean, I feel like, but I guess that's a sign of the times. How is that? Because, you know, a lot of people complain that people don't really look at albums as a whole piece of art anymore. I think Adele has also talked about that, that people mostly release singles these
Mhm.
days and don't really like create a whole album as a piece of art. And that is true, I guess, because I, for the most part, find intro tracks very unnecessary. And usually they aren't very good. They're just like there. But
Yeah.
in this case, it's such a nice track. It's like this epic, mysterious movie score-ish track. And it really builds up to the first song. I love it.
Okay. Well, I need to also listen to that more closely because I have to admit I think the same about intro tracks, with a few exceptions. And so I didn't really pay attention, I guess.
I feel like one hour should pay me because I'm selling this album really well.
Yeah, we can try to get a deal with him.
He might only pay us in like protein shakes.
And that's the dream, you know. But yeah, although I feel like in probably the last year or two, intro songs have been getting better
Yes.
overall. I don't know why. I don't
The
know.
best one,
I think I know which one you're gonna say.
a
Yeah.
thesis for answer.
Oh no,
Oh,
not at all.
what did you think?
And Hypens.
Oh, yeah, yeah, that one's
What?
good.
Yeah,
But that one is not purely instrumental.
yeah. The one I meant is Intro the Invitation from Border
Yeah,
Carnival by
that's
Enhypen.
yeah, that's
It's
good.
amazing.
Yes, and the one I meant is Declaration from Treasure Map to Answer by 80s. Let's move on to One Night Stranger by Shauna.
Yes, so good. Do you like it? You
No.
don't, right?
I
It's
mean,
okay.
I like it more than Before Summer Comes, but it's a bit too repetitive for my taste, at least in the beginning of the
No,
song.
but that's perfect. It's
I know you like that, but it's too repetitive. But then I like the instrumental part that then follows with the rain sound and the guitar. That's
mm-hmm.
pretty nice. But then the repetitive vocals come again, and
Yeah, I actually really, really like how repetitive it is because it's kind of gloomy, like kind of that weird, kind of dark atmosphere, and really light at first. Like the verses are really light, but also kind of gloomy. And that's really hypnotizing and lulling, I guess. And the repetition
mm,
is what really seals the deal for me. I feel like I'm being kind of hypnotized and just like losing the concept of time and everything. And then when the really heavy electronic chorus hits, you're kind of disoriented almost. Do you know what I mean?
not really, but good for you.
Well, it's an experience. This song is an experience.
Yes, I would agree with that. Not necessarily a good experience, but
Yes, a good one, a great experience. Because then, yeah, that chorus is amazing, truly amazing. Honestly, I really, really love it. It's so powerful and interesting. I'm, I'm doing such a great job of describing this song that I love, you know?
yeah.
But I love that then you go back to the verse and it's the same. But because you know where the song is going and how different the chorus is, it kind of changes your experience of the second verse. You can't experience it the same way because you know, oh, this is not a cute little song that's really soft and everything, it's something else, you know. And that's what takes it to the next level for me. It's just I don't know, it's really again well thought out, well crafted, a more interesting song than other songs on the list, I guess. Not
Okay.
naming names. It's it's a more profound experience,
Mm.
you
Okay.
know. Like he
Sure.
was really trying hard. Yeah, let's turn our attention to Floundering by Sansa, which I think it's gonna be more of the same. I love it, and you don't like it,
Yes.
and I can try to convince you, but for this one, I can definitely recognize there's not a lot of hope for you because I know it's not your style. I mean, I when I added it, I was like, yeah, she's probably not gonna enjoy this one. You never know.
I feel like I don't hate it as much as you think I do. I do think it's pretty. It's a melancholic song with folk elements, but this one is it's a bit too glum for me, you
Mm,
know? Like when we talked about Dream Like Me before, which is melancholic but not sad, and this one is too sad for me.
mm.
But I mean, I also like sad songs. That's not my issue, but it's really like heavy and sad, you know? You can feel its weight on your chest, and I really like that.
Yeah, but I that's why I like it because the song itself doesn't feel heavy, but the emotion attached to the song does. I agree with that.
Okay.
But it's that's kind of why I love it so much because it's so emotional and so sad and heart-wrenching and just yeah, mostly just so beautiful. I this is definitely a song that if you're not having a good day or a good week or a good month and you really need to cry for a while, I feel like that's one of those songs that might just push you over the edge.
Hmm. To me, there's two categories of sad, like really sad songs. I really love sad songs. I love crying to songs, but to me, they need to be either be the kind that is a little dramatic, like dramatic sad, or it has to be about the lyrics. Like when the lyrics are really sad, I like that. And that's what triggers the emotions for me when the
Mm,
lyrics are deep and emotional. What I don't like at all is when the instrumental is like depressing. And that's what this is for me, you know?
mm,
Because that is not cathartic for me. It makes my condition worse. It makes me panic and like go into a dark place when I hear these kind of notes and depressing instrumentals, you know? They make me, yeah, go into a dark place.
mm.
Does that make sense?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It's funny that it's the instrumental that's like changing the category, I
Yeah.
guess, for you. Yeah, I guess I see that. Although for me, both, I guess, intensity of how much it's gonna make me feel my emotions are cathartic. At this point, it wasn't the case for me at all. Actually, that the fact that I like this song so much is weird but good for me because I used to really hate listening to anything sad for years and years and years. I would never listen to. I guess that's also why I don't like ballads because they're usually
Mm.
kind of sad and I stayed away from that for so long. But now sometimes when you're just not feeling good and you have the time and the ability to do that, just listening to something that's so deeply sad but kind of breathtaking also in a way. And just play that and cry and allow myself to feel all of my feelings and usually it really helps. But I also just think it's a beautiful song. Like most of all, it's so beautiful.
Yes, I can agree that it's pretty. It's just depressing pretty.
Yeah, whereas for me it's we're fully in cathartic
Mm,
territory,
I
I
see.
guess.
Makes sense. But I feel like the next one is probably gonna be the opposite. I feel like you're gonna be negative about the next one.
Yeah.
um, I'm excited. We're talking about Omega X's album Story Written in Music. At first, I was a bit disappointed because they released a really good mini album at the beginning of the year called Love Me Like, where I liked literally every single song. So I had expectations.
Mm.
When I checked this album out, in the beginning of the album, these expectations weren't met. But then in the second half of the album is where the good songs were hiding. Admittedly, the title song, not the best.
No.
Play Dumb is the title song. It's kind of fun to listen to once or twice, but then I wouldn't come back for it. However, there are two songs I adore, and one of them is Dance With You. It's amazing. I love the instrumental. I really love the whole production of the song, and especially the pre chorus where the instrumental has that super nice, long bass that almost sounds like a foghorn.
I didn't pick up on
I don't
that,
know how to describe it. It's a foghorn to me.
but I believe you.
And it's finally a bit of a lighter song from a boy group. I've been waiting for that because we've had a lot of dark, like fierce, masculine boy group songs. So
Mm.
it's nice to discover songs like this in the B-sides. And now they just need to make these songs the title songs. um, and in the beginning of the song, you think it's going to be a ballad, but then in the chorus, it turns into a fun summer song.
Yes, it's
And
even
it's
worse. Okay, I'm gonna be honest, I hate this song. Like,
what?
fully hate this song.
Are you serious?
Yes. And
What's
it
wrong with
sounds
you?
terrible when it starts, and then the chorus is even worse because there's tropical house elements that I despise. So it just gets worse and worse for me. Honestly, when I saw this on the playlist and I listened to it, I thought you were joking with me.
No, it's
I'm
you will
sorry.
not like how this episode is gonna end. Because it's one of the highlights of the month for me.
What?
Yeah. I really like that in the beginning you think it's gonna be a ballad, and then in the chorus it's this super fun summer song. And it kind of reminds me a bit of that. What was that album called? It was a mini album by Infinite that had like this summer vibe. I think it was Infinitize, but it reminds me of Infinite Summer Era. It's one of those songs that just makes me 100% content and happy with the world. And it's also cooling. It has like the effect of a breeze in the summer heat. It's just perfect. I adore it.
Hmm.
You know what? This is not the song I thought you were going to shit on. I had another one in mind.
From the same album?
No, from a different
Oh,
artist.
okay. I mean, I
I
have
would have never thought you would shit on this because it's
I
perfection.
no, it's literally I think that's my least favorite song of
Oh my god.
the playlist. Because okay, so on top of the fact that it starts like to me a really bad ballad, and then it gets even worse with the tropical. Um, it feels really weird. It seems like they recorded it and then they slowed it down afterwards.
What?
Yeah, I don't know.
Were you on drugs when you listened to this?
No, I was seeing the truth clearly. Because I was like, it's so weird. It sounds too slow. Not the chorus, but the verse. And so the funny thing is, I was like, oh, it's definitely gonna sound better if I play it on 1.25 on YouTube. So I tried, and it also sounds like shit.
Of course it does, because why would you play it on 1.25?
Sometimes it makes songs better. So I
I
was like, I have the perfect solution. Just play it faster. But no, it also sounds bad.
What about Dry Flower?
Oh, I hate it. I hated the whole album. I hate Play Dumb because I know I said I wanted brighter concepts for boys in K-pop, but when I said that, I meant like something that's appropriate for teenagers and adults, not for kids.
Well, yeah,
Um,
Play Dumb is not great,
it's
but
dumb. It's
Dance With You
dumb.
and Dry Flower, amazing. Dry Flower, again, it's perfect for summer. It also has this breezy cooling effect. But while Dance With You has more of a playful vibe. Dry Flower has this certain epicness in the chorus with like more metallic, piercing vocals. And yeah, but they're both amazing. And they're both going to be on my favorite playlist. So be prepared for that.
Great. Can't wait.
Let's move on.
Oh, yes. Let's move on. So let's talk about by No Brain, which is amazing. It's so good,
Yeah, it's
right?
really
Oh,
good. I mean, there's nothing to
I'm
hate.
relieved. But I mean, there was nothing to hate about Sus by Meek Drib last episode, and you didn't like it, so
There was only things to hate about that one.
honestly, I thought that I wasn't like it was 50-50 for me, that you might either really like it, which apparently is the case, or that it might be a Meek Drib situation again.
No, because they're like, okay, objectively, you can't compare the two songs because Aha is way less
Great.
experimental and weird. It's just
That's true.
good classic rock galore. And
Yes.
Sus was very, very out there. You have to say that, right?
No, I'm not
Okay.
comparing I mean, apart from the fact that they're both rock, that's about it. But I thought that maybe in different ways you wouldn't like this one. I had definitely hope for this one.
There's nothing to dislike. It's great. Like I said, classic rock
Yeah.
galore, pure rock fun. But I don't have like a lot to say about it, because
Yeah.
it's fun, it's good. But I wouldn't be able to write a whole essay about why it's good.
Actually, it's the same for me, but I still wanted to talk about it. I want
Okay.
everyone to go listen to this because that's pretty much exactly what I want from I was gonna say Korean rock, but just rock in general. It's
Yeah.
just please more of this. It's so fun, and it might be me, but I feel like the guitars and the verses sound kind of like Green Day. They have a Green Day feel, which
Mm,
is great because I love Green Day.
yeah.
And yeah, it's just fun and crazy and intense, and I'm hoping there will be more rock like this in the
Yeah,
future.
absolutely.
Yeah, and that's about it. Fruit fly.
Are you choking on a fruit fly?
Yes, it went to my mouth. Oh, I'm so sorry. I ate it. You think? Well, it's still my throat. Thank you for the protein, I guess.
Sponsored by One Ho. Maybe that's his secret.
Oh.
He's just eating like a million fruit flies a day.
The lizard diet.
His breath would be really bad.
Oh, I know. Is the next song the one that you
Yes.
thought I would hate? No, I love it.
Really? Oh, I'm so happy.
Yeah. Okay, it's exactly the same thing. There's nothing to dislike in this
I'm so
song.
glad. I was fully prepared to you for you bashing this with all your
Oh no,
might.
no. Wait, let's introduce the
Okay.
song first, so people know what we're talking about.
The next song is Snail by Kim Jae-hwan. I was prepared to like fight you tooth and nail
No, no need, no need.
because it's not your usual type, right?
No, it's exactly what I was saying earlier that I usually don't like anything that falls in the. I mean, I have multiple examples at this point in only 2 episodes of slower, softer songs that I really like. So, I mean, this is again not really a
Yeah.
ballad, but
It's just like melancholic but not sad. Yeah. And it
yes,
has this folk element with the whistling.
yeah. I mean, it's less melancholy and
Yeah.
definitely not sad. It's more heartwarming, I would say.
It gives you the feeling of it's all gonna be okay, just let it go.
Yeah, it's a very positive, and I have no idea about the lyrics. I didn't look them up.
I looked them up, which is really rare. I don't usually do that. But I mean, you can't give me a song called Snail and not raise my curiosity about the lyrics, right?
It's true.
So I actually looked them up and they're super cute. It's like fast as a snail, I'm on my way to you, having a house on my back. That's so cute.
Oh, I like it even more. I mean, I
Right?
was just happy that it was called snail because snails are adorable and I love them.
I love snails.
Me too.
Do you also always pick them up when you see them on the street and like bring them to a safe space?
No,
No.
because no, but that's because I have issues
Oh,
with,
it's touching.
yeah,
Okay.
touching
That's
things
fine.
that might be dirty. I mean, if it's in danger, then I will.
It's always in danger because people will step on it.
Well, I guess that's true. But if it's kind of on the side,
Well, yeah, that's
I'll
fine.
just leave him be or her be. But yeah, it's just so peaceful and sunny,
Yeah. And
cute and
in a way, really touching. Like, I don't know, it really
yeah,
strung a
heartwarming.
heartstring of mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there are a few key changes. Like pretty early on, there's a key change where you're like, oh,
Yeah, the whole composition is gorgeous. Like musically,
yeah,
it's a masterpiece.
yeah.
Yeah. I'm so happy you like it. I was so sure you were gonna shit on this song.
No.
I can sleep in peace now.
Don't think about Omega X too much.
Yeah.
At least it's a good thing that these two are so close together in our lists. I can redeem myself.
Yeah. We have one more in our detailed section, and that is Circus by Stray Kids.
Okay, it's gonna be,
You should go first.
yeah, it's gonna be fast.
Fast and painful.
Yeah, well, I mean, clearly I don't like it.
Yeah, I didn't expect you to.
Honestly, for me, I don't hate it. I'm disappointed, but also I guess I should know better than to expect anything from a JYP Japanese song, so it's on me.
It's hard for me to dislike a Stray Kids title song because they have just found their own personal formula that they have been using for the last few really comebacks, and it just works every time. Like, and I know this is a Japanese release, but they apply the same formula. Like, it's mostly rapping with a very melodic Bangchan Sungbin pre-chorus, and then like this spoken, shouted, or instrumental chorus. And they could give me 50 songs that are built exactly like that, and I would thank them for every single one. It's just their formula that works. And I like that they are just having fun with their productions and they're just doing their thing. Like, obviously, they are a brand. JYP needs to see numbers and gold bars. They can just do whatever they want. But like most people know, they produce their own songs. And you can tell that they're just having fun with it as well. And
Yeah,
clearly,
that's true.
right? Clearly this authenticity works. I mean, it's not to everyone's taste, of course, as evident by your example, but it works. And I feel like Circus is a perfect example where you can see and hear the fun they're having. It's not taking itself too seriously. It's following their formula, but that it's still exciting and different. It's just genuine fun. I like it.
Yeah, I agree with that. And I think it's because I'm not a huge fan of that formula they have. I don't like all of their title songs. I mean, it's always fun, to be fair.
Yes.
Their songs are always filled with joy and fun, and that's really enjoyable. But it's not my favorite style. And for me, this one just falls short. It's not as good as the rest, so I don't actively dislike it again. It's just I'm not crazy about it.
Yeah, I mean, it's not Song of the Year by any
No.
means, but it's fun.
No, but it's not even gonna be on a playlist for me.
Okay.
I'm never gonna listen to it. I'm probably gonna leave it be and forget about it. But I don't have really anything against it,
Hmm.
you know.
Um, we made it. We got through the detailed
I know,
section.
which means that we have reached the three words section
Yes.
of this episode, and this is exciting because that was a lot of fun last time.
Oh, yeah. Should we start?
Yes. Okay, so the rules are simple. Three words, and that's it.
Yes. First, we have Trouble, Trouble by Adora.
Love that. Oh, you go ahead.
Mine are fun, sophisticated trumpets.
Hmm. Mine are Keeps Getting Better.
Mm.
And then we have Vivid by Gravity. And for me, it's surprisingly good, fresh.
Cheap changing room vibes.
Oh.
Next we have Pop by Bugaboo. Mine are generic but nice.
Hmm. Mine are Mix of Textures.
Mm.
We have Tomorrow by Chu Sojun featuring Big One. What are your words?
Energy boost, yes.
Okay, and mine are Rock, Autotune. Okay.
Okay. Next up is Lost by Down. Um, Mine are atmospheric, driving, breeze.
Hmm. Mine are hopeful, emotional, ethereal.
Mm.
And
Did we just agree on something?
I guess then we have City Boys by Rooftop. And my words are can't take seriously.
Really? Mine are mine are I am obsessed.
Really? I love that. Although, can I just say why I can take it seriously? Because it's really funny to
Yeah,
me. It's because to me, do you know the Jonas Brothers? Do you know the
I
Jonas
do know the
Brothers?
Jonas Brothers.
No, do you know the song that the Jonas Brothers made with like as a joke with Demi Lovato? Bounce?
I love Bounce.
Me too, but it sounds like this. It's not that it's bad or anything. It's just I can't take it seriously because for me it has to be a joke song, you know?
What? I would have never. Anyway, we're not allowed to say more. The next one is Doom Cheetah by Secret Number.
Go ahead first.
Mine are meh, nothing special.
And you know, budget Blackpink and loud. You know what? No, you know what? I only need two words. Budget Blackpink. So the next one is More by Very Koi Bunny. And my words are edgier mean girls.
What?
Yeah.
Okay. Mine are boring snooze fest.
Holding it in, holding it in. I'm fine. I'm okay. It's fine. I'm fine.
The next one is Villain by Pixie. Mine are Halloween playlist edition.
And mine are polarizing. Nice try.
Okay.
Oh, then we have Summer, Fall, Winter, Spring by Janabi. And my words are fairy tale, magical, soothing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mine are nice but dull.
Woo!
Not as bad as you
Mm,
thought.
yeah, basically.
And the last one is Midas Touch by Juno Flow. And mine are yes, nice flow.
And mine are vibey, trippy, subdued.
Hmm.
And that's it. We're done. And that was really fun. I really like this segment.
Yeah, I love it.
Okay, so now that we've been talking about these 2 weeks for a while, what are your general impressions?
Still good.
Yeah,
Still positive. Yeah, a lot of good stuff.
even better maybe. At least for me, because I at first I was like not that much better than May, but
Mm.
actually a little better than May. I'm very hopeful for the second half of the month. Well, at the time we're recording, Luna has already had their comeback, and I'm trying to recover. That's all I'll say.
So, what are your three highlights of the first half of June?
I would say definitely One Night Stranger by Shauna, for sure.
Mhm.
Um, Lost by Down, and I guess Dream Like Me is my third one.
Interesting.
What are yours?
Mine are Crazy by One
Mm.
Snail by Kim Chae-won,
Mm.
and Dance With You by Omega X.
No comment.
Yeah, we have reached the end of episode 2. And
Yes.
we are currently in the middle of preparing 2 special episodes that are coming up. There's our mid-year recap that's coming up, right?
Yeah.
And us being the biggest playlist enthusiasts, this is really important to us.
Oh yeah. Like the mid-year playlist is the second biggest event of my year
Event of the
after
year.
the end of year.
I know.
And like not just in K-pop, just in general, just in my whole life.
Yeah,
I'm kidding.
I'm not.
I'm kidding, but only a little.
Yeah, crying on the inside.
But what is the other one?
Well, we are soon going to prepare, I guess, for our first deep dive.
Oh, okay, yes.
Yeah.
We don't know when it's gonna be, but it's in the yeah,
This year.
this year probably. Most likely. All right, thank you so much for listening. As we said before, you can find us on Instagram at K-popinions podcast and on Twitter at K-popinions pod. And we hope you tune back in 2 weeks for our recap of the second half of the month of June. And until then, take care. Bye.
Bye.